I'm very grateful that my mum really stepped into action because I went into shock personally. And she threw us to the ground and pushed us about a meter away from where later on a couple of people were shot. So if she hadn't pushed us, I don't know what would have happened.
We went to the Hanukkah event locally at Dover Heights last night. We normally come to Bondi. Last minute we decided to go to Dover Heights. And then we saw the lockdown there. And it's been a very, very harrowing, surreal 24 hours.
I looked onto the bridge and I saw the two shooters. Two guys with rifles aiming and shooting. Thank God I was standing next to Gabby, my daughter, and my mum. I managed to grab both of them and pull them across to where the chairs were. Because this was an event that we were all sitting down, threw some chairs out of the way and flattened all three of us onto the ground together with whoever else was on there and threw some chairs on top of all of us. And from there we experienced the most terrifying 9 minutes of our lives. Loading the guns and they're continuing to shoot. 3 people around us were shot, a young child, 2 elderlies, and then another lady on my right. I looked back. I was going to grab my mum and my daughter to another place, thinking that maybe I can get out of the area. I looked back and then I saw another woman getting shot behind me. So we stayed down and I continued to pray.
My name is Michael Scott. I spent over 30 years in the Australian Army, rising to the rank of Colonel. I served in East Timor, Bougainville, Iraq, 2 tours of Afghanistan. From July 2019 to September 2021, I lived in Israel, seconded to a UN mission. I'm the founder of the charity to combat anti-Semitism. I'm standing here outside the Bondi Pavilion after domestic terrorists murdered over a dozen of my countrymen and women. This is not the Australia that I remember. In my judgment, things will worsen until enough people stand up and defend our family, our values and our way of life.
Some of us have been warning governments and civil society about the threats of political jihadist Islam in Australia for years. Unfortunately, it seems to have taken this tragic massacre of Jewish people here at Bondi Beach, perhaps to wake up everyday Australians to the threat that we face.
I think what's happened now is a culmination of 2 years worth of a government that has allowed anti-Semitism to be gaslit, weak action on allowing terrorist supporters to parade through the streets and think they can get away with violence. And what do I think will happen? I think that politicians will talk and nothing will change.
What do you want to change?
Government. Start by getting rid of this poor excuse of a Prime Minister.
I know a lot of people are going to be angry and they need to feel the way that they feel, but I also think we need to embrace each other and come together, and that's beyond just the Jewish community. I had so many amazing people, not Jewish, who came up to me and said, please come stay at my home if you need to get out of the area. I can't believe that happened. Like, this is disgraceful. So I think the fact is we are a multicultural country and we really need to hold on to each other tight and just really love and embrace one another even during this dark time, and also just make sure that never happens again.
Here's what we do. We build a citizen movement across this great country where we hold our governments at local, state and federal level to account. And we say when we go into the ballot box, which is the one place we have real power as citizens, we say to our politicians, if you advocate policies that turn Australians against Israel, against the Jewish community, that appease jihadist Muslims and give them the right to propagate their hate in this country, if you advocate those policies, we will vote you out.
This is a despicable act in the Jewish community. This is a despicable act on the Australian people. Australia is a beautiful country. We're privileged to live here. If people want to take and ruin this place with their extreme objectives, with their hatred and their beliefs, they can take it somewhere else. We don't want to see them here. And the government needs to step in and the government needs to step up, and there needs to be absolutely no tolerance to any hatred not just against us as Jewish people, people who believe in the land of the country of Israel, but against anyone else who's experiencing any type of hatred or discrimination.